Bonjour, je m'appelle Given. What is good, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy King. We are back again today, guys. We're checking out Kanye West accuses Piers Morgan of being a Karen. Let's see. Well, go on.
From New York, now to my
I'm excited.
exclusive interview with Ye, previously known
Yay.
as Kanye West, one of the most famous
Yay.
influential artists in the world.
Yeah, it's gonna be crazy.
Global outrage over the past 2 weeks with anti-Semitic tirades, which led to him being cancelled by social media platforms.
Oh, cancellations again, bro. We're back at it again.
He said,
crazy.
Well, eventually, he apologized.
Did he?
What he said was hurtful comments about the Jewish people. But it took a while to get there. It was a fiery conversation, passionate.
Mike Trostein.
Explosive.
Get on him. Jump on him.
The full interview will air later this week. But here's the moment I think will get most people talking.
Oh, let's see. This is about to go crazy.
To my pain, you're being a Karen.
I'm talking.
Yeah, being a Karen, bro.
I'm not a Karen.
He jumped right in there.
I'm a Karen, and I'm not going to cancel you, and I'm not going to uncensor you. I'm simply going to challenge you on what you're saying. I think you don't understand the pain that you've been causing with some of these comments. And I think that one in particular.
Tell him, Piers.
Oh my God.
Tell him.
God forbid one comment could cause people to feel any of the pain that my people have went through for years. Even like the blacks being ushered to the left during the civil rights movement. No one has cared about black people. No one is.
Yo, Kanye's about to go out.
I agree.
Let the man talk.
Against black people has been utterly deplorable, shameful, unacceptable.
Let the man talk, Piers. Let the man talk.
About the way it has treated black people like you. However, it's one form of racism,
it's almost in a better place.
Well, one form of racism doesn't justify another.
It's not a better place.
I'm not cutting you off. I'm finishing my sentence so you can respond. One form of racism.
Yeah, Piers is too aggro, bro.
It is racism when you say I'm going DEFCON for Jewish people.
I was in a position.
Whoa.
When you say I'm going DEFCON for Jewish people. One form of racism. It is
racism. What did he say?
I'm going DEFCON for Jewish people.
I was in a
what?
It is racism when you say I'm going DEFCON for Jewish people.
I did not understand what you said, bro. Piers, articulate.
Myself. The point of this interview is for you to question me and then for me to answer and say, okay, even though the same rules are not applied to my people, if a person with a gun or drugs is pulled over and has three other people in the car, they're all going to jail. I'm not going to apply that to Jewish people for the sake of this conversation. Isn't that what you wanted? But you know what you did? You tried to civil rights me. You tried to pull me back to a week ago. But we're here today. There's been plenty of conversations and commentary since that. But you want me to go back to 1960.
No.
You want me to go back to
1780. What is going on here? What's going on here? I can't wait for the full interview. Because right now the context is not all the way there, man. Let's hear this out.
Here's what I want you to do. I want you to reflect.
Okay, so have we grown? Have we grown?
Here's how we grow. Yeah. Here's how we grow. I want you to reflect.
No, have we grown?
Have we grown?
You're not in charge of my growth. You're not in charge of my growth, Chris.
I mean, how is it like this? I'm about to suggest to you how you may grow if you choose to grow this way. And you can ignore me. You can ignore me.
Piers, how much money are you worth?
Not as much as you, sadly.
Exactly. So take my advice.
Yeah.
I would love to take your business advice.
Why would I listen to you? My advice. Maybe you'll get richer.
I would love to take your business advice.
Why would I listen to you?
Well, why don't you listen my advice is and then work out.
He called my man broke. He called him a brokey. A brokey.
Credit or a moment of reflection for the comparison that I made. The brilliant, if I do say so myself,
If I do say so myself. Let's hear him compare this.
Comparison that I made to the cops pulling over one black person and locking everyone up.
I understand what you're saying.
And my tweet having issues. Wait a second, I wasn't done with the sentence. My tweet.
Yo, Kanye tweaking on him. I went la. Yo, Kanye, he's out here, man. Yo, let this man live, man. Let him do his own thing, man. Who cares if you don't care about his nonsenses, man? He's living his best life, man. All y'all live your best lives. to be cancelled. It's a bit harsh, but you know these are the consequences of the world we live in nowadays. So you have to be savvy about the rules, and you know play ball, as they say. If you're not gonna play ball, you're gonna get bowled.
Referring to all Jewish people, I said, for the sake of this conversation, I will refer to the business people who have destroyed me and my people and my fellow creatives. But you didn't even accept that I gave you that. You tried to push me back into 1960.
No, I didn't.
Tried to push me back into last week.
No, I didn't.
Okay, do you accept that example that I gave you?
I understand completely the example you gave me. I think all racism is wrong.
So I feel that we've grown.
I would like you to reflect.
I feel we've grown.
If
do you feel we've grown?
If you've now changed.
This guy's tweaking.
My question is, do you now regret saying DEFCON 3 on Jewish people? Are you sorry you said that?
No.
I think it matters. You should be.
Absolutely not.
So he's basically referring to those individuals in the entertainment industry who are like the head honchos who also happen to be Jewish. Bro, he's moving mad. He's moving mad. That's not the best way to go about things, to say such a statement. But obviously, I understand what he's saying. So from his perspective, all the people that the higher ups he's dealt with have been, you know, of Jewish descent, and they're the ones, you know, discontinuing his progress as a person, or halting his progress and his people's progress in the industry. So yeah, it is a wild take to say that. But if you just say X, Y, and Z are not good people, to then just lump all the other Jewish people in there with them is kind of wild. It's a bit mad. You can't be doing that.
You know, I will say I'm sorry for the people that I hurt with the DEFCON, the confusion that I call. I feel like I cause hurt and confusion. And I'm sorry for the families of the people that had nothing to do with the trauma that I had been through, and that I use my platform where you say hurt people. And I was hurt.
It's an uncensored interview. You said something.
At least he's being honest. Hurt people.
And you've apologized. I actually think that says a lot about you, right? That shows you've got that ability to be self-aware, to understand when you cross a line. I think someone like you, with all your energy and creativity and your passion, you're going to say stuff. The way that you talk constantly and in such an extraordinary manner, you're going to trip up. You're going to say things the wrong way. I don't think there's anything wrong in when you do that.
That's true. That's true. That's true.
I'm sorry, I crossed the line.
Facts.
I apologize.
I give it to him. I give it to Piers on this one.
Apology hostage, and I gotta let go of that and free myself of the trauma and say, look, I'm just gonna give it all up.
And that's the thing. That's the key. That is so hard for so many people to do, is to just say, I apologize when that time comes. And it is deep. You might not even feel like you're wrong. And I say, if you don't feel like you're wrong, stand 10 toes down. If there's context to be added, add it. And if people still don't get it, that's on them. But if you genuinely made a mistake and you know it in your soul of souls, it is just best for you to let that shit go and say, I am sorry, I apologize, and move on with your life, man. There's no need to hold yourself back with that kind of weight on your shoulders.
To God right now, and say to those families that I hurt, you know, I really want to give you guys a big hug, and I want to, I say I'm sorry for hurting you with my comments, and I want to word it in not in like a political way.
Man's frozen. I was about to say, I was like, hey, what's going on?
What I knew a president to be when I was growing up.
So that was Ye, formerly Kanye West.
Yo, this is crispy.
We'll actually air almost the entire thing at the end of the week.
Yeah, I can't wait.
Everything in real context.
Yeah.
But very obviously, throughout the course,
he's remorseful.
He began, I think, to understand the impact of
his
his
position
to cause such offence, and finally got to a place where he apologised to people who'd been offended, particularly Jewish people. Well, joining me now is Fox News contributor Tyrus, along with KISS frontman Gene Simmons. Let me start with you.
Oh,
Tyrus.
here we go.
We just had to quickly get that series of clips together to try and say some of the context of what happened, because to start with, he was resolute, I'm not going to apologise, and then went on a sort of long clarification of he was talking about business people who in his view had let him down and so on. But there's no doubt the original comment that he made, that he tweeted, which he was deplatformed social media,
again, that's
talking about the Jewish people in generality, and therefore very offensive.
That's true.
first of all, I don't even know if I would call that an interview. That was you sat him down under the tree of wisdom. And that reminded me so much of seeing
You sat him down under the tree of wisdom.
Like, you went through
Jeez.
so many emotions with him to get him to a place to where he was able to.
And you really see that over the 2 hours. It's a journey
and that was
he
a
goes
tremendous, and your patience, because I'm telling you right now, no one else was going to sit there for 2 hours.
Right.
And I think long after this interview, you're going to help him, because what I see when I see Ye, I see a hurt.
He said ye. Yay.
In public nonstop, horrible divorce.
Yeah.
Over his children.
Yeah.
Every time he speaks, he's some group.
Bro, he is a defeated man. He is out here trying to just keep moving with any semblance of respect that he can hold on, and he feels like he's just getting put down by the man, old man, the white man, the Jewish man. He's out here, man. He's getting trampled. Eventually, it's gonna be the Spanish man. Just you wait. Just you wait. Kanye needs to relax. He needs to calm down. He needs to sip that gin and juice, and chill out, man. He's a bit,
Group will take advantage of him, use him. He's a victim of his wealth, but he's not.
He needs to exercise a bit of stoicism. You can see that he's a very emotional dude. Allows him to be a good creative, but at the same time, he comes off a bit unhinged, and thus, his negative portrayal in society, and thus the cancellation. So if he exercises a bit more stoicism, he could float back in to society. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy.
Was poignant, and you walked right.
Poignant. We love big words.
More money than you. How can I get from you? But here's the deal: you can't buy wisdom with money.
Yes.
And he's as a former bodyguard. If I was his bodyguard, I wouldn't have let him wear the white shirt. I wouldn't have let him do those things. Even if it would have cost me my job, because he's helping other individuals rise. They get the world famous attention, but he gets all the consequences.
Yes.
And his stuff gets lost in his anger and his depression, because what he was talking about, I get. In a lot of the record companies, you will always see the same thing. I think Michael Jackson is probably the biggest case of that, where he had a song, What They Talking About Me, where he wanted to use the term, and it came down from, you can't use that word. You can't depict us in that way, from the record people. But they're just fine with using the N-word and almost pushing that. So that's where a lot of the anger comes from, is be across the board. You don't want your group disrespected on your record labels, but you're fine with and it's on the rappers as well.
Yeah.
But that's where the argument came from. But when you're an angry, hurt individual who's basically working out his emotions in front of a camera, nothing good is going to happen.
Right.
Yeah,
He
true.
didn't apologize. He could not have done that without you.
No,
I think that you should be proud of that.
It took nearly 2 hours for him to, I think, reach a place of self-awareness about it, and actually to reach a place of calmness enough to say it. But Gene Simmons, I think you probably have to see the whole thing in real time to really get to the journey he went on to get to that place of apology. But do you accept the apology? Do you think the Jewish people should accept the apology, or was one
Here we go. Here we go.
He shouldn't be allowed to.
He should be apologized. If you really are of the faith,
certainly put me in an awkward position.
he should be
I'm not going to
apologized.
Speak for Jews or the Jewish people or anything. Although by birth I happen to be one. In fact, an Israeli. I had no choice in the matter. That's just the luck of the draw. Let me state, in the interest of full disclosure, Ye/Kanye and I have never met. We've never emailed each other. I have no idea what's in his mind. All I know is what the media has shown me of him. And the astute gentleman who was on before me, his comments, I think it sounded true to these ears, which is Kanye sounds, from everything I've heard, it's erratic behavior from my point of view, respectfully. He sounds really wounded. He sounds hurt. So he's lashing out. I get it.
Facts.
Let's be clear about this. African Americans have
Wisdom.
been tortured physically, mentally, culturally for decades, centuries. But you're talking to people who've heard this story and have been tortured mentally, physically for thousands of years. Goes back to the Bible, which our people wrote and gave to the rest of you guys. So you have to go and get
You had to get it in there. You had to get it in there.
You're talking about
Got
African
him.
Americans and Jews. Jews have done well. Let's be clear. because they worked for it. But don't kid yourself.
They have done well. They have raised themselves up, climbed and invested correctly, put themselves in positions of power, and even not allowing certain artists to besmirch their name and disrespect them. And that is key. And that's one thing, other races can take away from that is, you must hold that kind of power in your people that you do not allow others to disrespect you. You know what I mean? Like, you have to come firm and
Racism,
sturdy.
anti-Semitism exists right next to each other, and we're all victims in some way or the other by the ruling establishment, whoever and whatever they are, the consensus of the public. But look back at Martin Luther King. Do a little research, Google and schmoogle. Who's
He said Google and
right
schmoogle.
beside Martin Luther King in a dangerous march in Birmingham, along with Jesse Jackson and everybody
Alabama.
else? You got a rabbi holding a Torah. He's right there in the front, knowing full well when he goes back up north or on the East Coast, he's going to get tortured, by people who have different points of views. So, first of all, African Americans should understand that Jews understand the torture and the racism because been there, okay? Continue to be there. Jews are not the most popular people on the face of the planet, but there are many other peoples, races, and other peoples who get racism. So the only piece of advice that I have as somebody in the peanut gallery, I'm not a doctor,
I like this dude.
physician, I don't know about you or Kanye.
He's got wisdom.
I've got friends who are close
And
enough
humor,
and so
which is
on.
key.
If there's medication, I respectfully urge for the gentleman to take the medication.
No.
If he's surrounded by
That's why he loses me. That's why he loses me.
wrong people, get some nicer people, because the most important
Correct.
thing you have to realize is when you're a billionaire, and God bless him for that, it's the majesty, the miracle of the American capitalist system. There we go. In a country full of racism, the capitalist system allowed you to become a billionaire. And
I have to say, as he reminded me quite regularly, by the way.
Sure did.
You are broke. No. Anyway, guys, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think of Ye and his journey through the social media world, and how you think his tidings with the world and his family being displayed live in camera for the view of the whole world has affected him mentally, and if you think that has any effect in the way he's conducting himself nowadays, or do you think this was always Ye and he'd continue to be like this going forward? Will there be a new leaf turned over where he will kind of understand what he's doing and gain a bit of stoicism in his life, and speak these things to only people who are in his close circle, like most people do, and present a great front to the world? We'll see what happens, but until then, catch you guys on the next one. As I always say, guys, don't forget to spread love, not WarCraft, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.